Hello and welcome back to Of Land and Leaf. I'm Andrea, and on this channel I highlight my learning how to grow in a community garden in Zone 8A. February in Georgia is just crazy. You never know what you're gonna get. It's 60 degrees one day, like almost 70, and tomorrow I think the low is 28. So it's a beautiful sunny day. It's 50 something right now. I'm out at the garden because I have started planting some things and I wanted to get them covered. And this is kind of like garden prep season for most of us. So not a whole lot growing, but preparing and covering the things that we do have out in the garden. So as you'll see in my community garden, some people have started growing. We did a huge onion order, so there's a lot of onions in everyone's gardens. But mostly things are kind of dormant, right? We work with the seasons. So everyone's garden is in various stages. We just had a whole lot of rain and wind and cold. And that's kind of what the gardens are looking like right now. So look at this. I'm walking to my garden. My greenhouse is up. This is that Aldi's greenhouse that I purchased last year. I came out here a couple of days ago to cover up a couple of things, and look, it has blown away. I did have staples in it so that it could stay down, but I didn't staple it all the way across, and it has picked up and blown away. So yeah, this is why you have to come out, just to check and see how things are doing. And then I had covered my lettuce that was coming up. I covered those with some domes, and the domes are gone. And one spot here had lettuce in it and it's gone, right? So I want to just protect that lettuce a little bit better. I also brought peas out because I wanted to put some peas in on this trellis. I have kale that's been here for months, and a garlic that actually overwintered, like from last year. That was last season's garlic that didn't come up. And I planted some beets, and I want to put a couple of peas inside of this trellis here. So that's my plan. I'm actually thinking about moving that back in between the kale so that I can have that space for something else. I'm not sure, but just kind of checking on things. I won't be out here long today. It is getting colder and colder quickly. So I just want to get out here and just shore some things up to make sure that everything is okay for this cold spell that we're about to have. So just kind of checking on what's happening in the domes. There's still moisture in the domes. It's so cold out here. But I'm so excited because this is, I believe, my stevia. It's coming up. Can't believe I didn't put a tag in there. What I did with the other ones is just used a permanent marker and marked on the outside, as well as I would put a little spoon in there that I would mark on, so each of those spoons is labeled so I know what's in here. But a couple of them I didn't do that. But this is giving me a chance to kind of just peek around, see what's growing, what's not growing. So I have no lemon balm, but I do have other things. Calendula is coming up really nicely. It's a cool weather plant, so that doesn't surprise me. Right, certain things are coming up and certain aren't, and that's okay. It'll come up when it needs to, when it's supposed to. I actually think this is not stevia. I think this is chamomile. You can't see it, but I think that's chamomile in there. We'll see. Mostly everything is marked, some things are not. But I want to move this little section around and get the greenhouse back on top of it. I would love to go ahead and lay some compost in this little section right here, and that be my section that I put my strawberries in. I don't have strawberries yet, but I want some, and I think they're gonna go right there because this is like in-ground planting. I just have the grow bags over here right now because I'm organizing things and I have everything kind of pushed together because they're gonna go under this greenhouse. I cannot believe this whole thing is upside down like this, but this is why you have to come out. So I bought some tunnel, grow tunnel contraptions, right? Some hoops that I need to figure out how to put together, and then some frost cover, and that is for the area of the garden that I've planted out in. So I want to try to figure out how to put that together. Okay, so here's how I'm going to try to protect my little lettuce that has sprouted. So I have them in a little water bottle that I cut, and then in a dome. This one is sticking out, so I still have to work on how I'm going to cover that one. But I'm hoping that and I'm going to put a frost cover on it. I'm hoping that that'll protect it this week while we're below freezing. And here's the frost cover that I'm using. It is protection from frost, insects, animals. I can't remember the size. I know it's huge, so I should be able to cut it up and put it over a couple of different areas. That's the goal. I think it was like a 10 by 30 or something like that. So let's see what we can do. It is so cold and windy, and I opened up this frost cover and it is huge. So I'm trying to cut it while the wind is blowing, and it is it's not easy, but I'm getting the job done. I'm going to attempt to use these Dollar Tree plant clips. They're not for this, right? They're to clip the plant up a stake, I believe, but I'm going to try to use them for my purposes because this hoop kit did not come with clips. Okay, so I have everything covered to the best of my ability. This is lettuce that is in a dome and covered up, so it should be pretty good. Lettuce is also cold hardy, so I'm not real concerned with it, but below freezing and rain, that's the part that concerns me. So this is covered. There's nothing in the grow bags. I haven't even prepped those yet for growing, so not concerned about that. Some garbage that I'm going to take out with me because we don't have our garbage pickup started yet. It's too early in the season. Few things in the greenhouse. Onions, which are also pretty cold hardy. These aren't even being covered. I just have them mulched. I made a mistake and stepped on this little path too. So I need to think about how I'm going to remind myself until this is like up and moving that there is something growing here, because when you're just walking, I'm not used to the walkways yet. So I had to think about that, to think about what I'm going to do. But this is covered. Nothing's in here except some old bunch onions, but I did plant out some carrot seeds in here, and I have herbs and beets that I planted in here. And these are just the onions. I just figured I'd go ahead and cover that whole row. And there are beets and some snap peas in here that I wanted to get covered. I have not covered this sedum. I don't think that I need to. I might just go ahead and stick it in the greenhouse. It won't hurt to stick it in the greenhouse. And then I just moved this. This is what the snap peas are gonna grow on, but for now, I just moved it so that I could cover that area, and I'll put it back, especially once I see the peas are coming up, then I can put that back. But we have a week of rain and below freezing temperatures coming up, so I just want everything to be protected. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the greenhouse, and then I'll be wrapping up for the day. Okay, I said I was heading out, but now I am finally heading out. You always say that like 30 minutes has passed. I just keep finding things that I need to do. I'm gonna secure this box so it doesn't fly away. Just gonna put it over here. Okay, I put a rock in it. Okay, but yeah, so I re-straightened up my little area. I put some water in the compost bin and it was leaking, so I was like, well, let me stick one of these grow bags underneath there because they'll need that compost tea. My little area is cleaned off. I'm not sure if I'm keeping this chair. Someone was donating it and I took it, but I did buy a kneeler that also doubles as a seat, so I might not keep this chair because it's going to blow and all of that every time the wind blows. And this is going to be my potato station once I start potatoes. I'm just going to stack these bins up Nothing's happening here, but this will be bush beans because bush beans did really good here. When I originally bought this and made this, I thought it was going to be a herb slash strawberry tower, but strawberries did not do well in this planter. Bush beans did. So I will eventually start planting this out. I want to go ahead and dump this water so it doesn't freeze and crack this. Okay. Checked on everything in here. It's secure. I pinned it down where I could pin it down. I did put some bricks on top of it as well along the border just to hold that down. Everything's covered up, and I don't have a whole lot to cover up. Just wanted to get into the practice of protecting what I had. So everything is covered up and neat, as neat as it can be. And I wanted to show you my little gate. It's actually not a little gate. It's a nice gate that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. I bought this gate off Facebook Marketplace. It's really just kind of propped up here. It's not secured yet. I bought some rebar, and I'm going to put rebar in there and then bring that over there to kind of hold it in. Put some stakes down here so it'll stay. But my goal is to keep the deer out of my plot this year. And this was only $30 on Facebook Marketplace. And if you know anything about fencing and gates, that is a really good deal. So saying bye to the garden. I won't be back out here. Oh, I stuck this little, I think it's called a shepherd's hook right here just to remind me not to step this way. When I finish this is going to be covered in weed barrier. So this will look more like a bed, you know, a planting area. But right now, to the eye, it just looks like another area that you walk on. So, you know, more work to do out here, but I will not be back out here until next week. I was really out here for 2 hours in the cold. I told myself I would leave at 5 or before 5, and it is 5. People came and left. People came and covered their stuff up and got out of here, and I was the only one out here working and trying to get things done. But if you remember, go back and watch some videos. In the summertime, I was done. I was so tired by summer. So I'm just trying to give myself a head start. And I'm excited. Like, I'm excited again about gardening. When I thought I was done, I was like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. But I'm happy about it. I'm excited about it. So I am just getting out here when I can. Which the next time will be next week, and I'll make another video then. In addition to garden videos, I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I'm doing just to increase my health. So of land and leaf, the leaf part was herbs. So it's teas, because I'm huge into teas, and I didn't really show you that my first season of my channel. So I'll show you more about my teas this year as well. So stay tuned. Lots coming up. Love you, mommy. Bye-bye.